Okay, so as you can see, situation, a beam is to be supported on a bearing plate by a 300 millimeter reinforced concrete wall. Beam loads induce an end reaction of 450 kilonewtons. We are given the beam section. It is a wide flange, 600 millimeters by 110 kilogram per meter. We are given the depth D equals 600 millimeters, flange width, web thickness, flange thickness, and the depth of the flange to the toe of the fillet, which is yung K, to be equal to 36 millimeters. Concrete FC prime, and then the steel plate FY, 248 megapascal. And then we are given the following allowable stresses. So we are given the allowable bearing stress of the concrete wall, allowable bending stress of the plate, and then allowable weld yielding stress of the beam section. Okay. So first question, determine the width of the required bearing plate if the length of the plate is 200 millimeters. So once again, similar to our previous example, we have a wide flange. Ayan. So wide flange na beam. Okay, nakapatong siya sa concrete wall. Sa inyong concrete wall. Okay, tapos to protect the concrete wall from bearing, naglalagay tayo ng base plate. Okay, kunwari yan yung base plate natin. Okay, so ganyan, no? Okay. So for this particular problem, this is our W 600 by 110. Okay, tapos ito yung base plate natin. And then this is our concrete wall, RC wall. Okay? So, first question, pinapahanap yung width if given yung given yung length ng plate. So pag sinabi natin guys na length ng plate, ito palagi yun ha. Palagi yun. Yan. Okay, so the length of the plate N is 200 millimeters for number one. Okay, so ang pinapasolve sa atin ito, yung width nasa harap. Okay, so tawagin natin double. Okay? So once again, to design that, no? So to design that, that is to be designed by the given force at yung binigay na reaction. So bali magiging end reaction dito is 450 kilonewtons. Okay, so para ma-protect yung wall, kailangan lakihan natin yung base plate kasi pag masyado maliit yung base plate, malaki yung stress na, kanyari, ganito lang yung base plate mo. So, masyadong malaki yung stress para sa area na yun. So, kailangan natin lakihan para yung stress ay ma-lessen tsaka ma-distribute ng mas maigi yung load. So, that's why here, to calculate number one, dapat yung bearing stress actual na hindi lalagpas dun sa allowable. Ang allowable kasi is 0.35 of FC prime. Ayan. Hindi siya dapat lumagpas dyan. Tapos yung actual bearing stress is our reaction divided by the area of the base plate. Okay? 0.35 of FC prime. So our end reaction is 450. Lagyan na natin. So 450,000 para maging megapascal yung sagot. Tapos yung area is just W times N kasi rectangular lang naman to. Diba? W times N. So that is just 200 times W. Ayan. should not exceed 0.35 of FC prime. Okay, so dito lalabas lang na yung W natin um, should be at least 450,000 over 200 times 0.35 of 27.5. And that gives us 233.77 millimeters. So therefore, we can just use the next higher value, which is 240 millimeters. So therefore, our answer for number 1 is letter C. Okay? Next. The critical section in the bearing plate is at a distance K from the centroidal y-axis of the beam. Find the required thickness of the bearing plate due to the end reaction, 450 kilonewtons. So, pinapahanap naman yung thickness. So, di ba ang thickness ay nakadepende dun sa bending na tong plate na to. So, kapag kasi tinulak mo yan na paganyan, yung plate natin, mag-bend ng paganyan. So, mag-bend siya ng ganyan. Okay? So, pag nag-bend siya ng ganyan, so merong critical section. Ang critical section daw ay yung nasa K distance from the centroidal y-axis. So, for number 2, bali, ulit yung white flange, ito yung plate. Ayan. So, nandito yung concrete wall. Yung concrete wall natin. Okay, so dahil dun sa applied force reaction, so may tendency ito na mag-bend ng paganyan. Yan, mag-bend siya ng ganyan, no? Tapos ang critical section daw for bending of the plate is at the K distance. Ayan. So, nandito yung critical section. Okay? And then, to calculate our bearing stress, kasi di ba may bearing stress dito? Ayan. So, yung bearing stress natin, FT, is the reaction divided by the area of the base plate. So, ang reaction na binigay, 450. So, lagi ko na lang yung value. So, 450,000 para maging megapascal ito. Tapos yung area ng base plate, take note, mayroong binigay dito na ibang value ha. Ayan o, may binigay na ibang dimension. So, for number 2, ang dimension natin, B by N is 250 by 250. So, yung B dito guys, ito yan ha. Yung B dito, ito yan. Okay? So, bali yung dimension ng base plate, 250 by 250. So, ibig sabihin, 250 ito, 250 rin to. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, yung area ng base plate natin is 250 squared or 250 by 250. Okay? And that would give us 7.2 megapascals. Okay? So, as you recall before, no, that in order for us to calculate the required thickness, kumukuha lang tayo ng isang ng 1 mm na width. Parang ito, kukuha ka lang ng isang mm na ganyan. Tapos yun lang i-analyze mo. Okay, kukuha ka lang ng 1 mm. Tapos ito, thickness. Thickness. Okay? So, kumbaga yan, it will be subjected to the upward force, na to, upward na stress na pag so, para siya magiging cantilever beam, no? Parang ganito siya. So, kunwari, ito yung critical section. Ito yan. Okay? So, this is subjected to an upward bearing stress. Okay? Equivalent to FP. Okay? So, dahil dyan sa FP na, magkakaroon dito ng bending moment. With respect to this axis, na magkakaroon dito ng bending moment. Okay? And then, after that, para makuha natin yung stress dito, Yung bending stress dyan, FB. We will just apply MC over R. Okay? So, yung M natin, yung M natin is basically yung moment lang na ipoproduce nito. So, FP times 1 mm, kasi di ba 1 mm lang to. 1 mm lang yan. Tapos ito yung thickness. Thickness. Okay? So, times this length. Tapos itong length na to, itong length na to, okay, that's length L. So, ito yan. From here to here. That's length L. And that is just, bali, di ba ito yung buong length natin na width. So, 250 ito. So, hatiin mo yun sa half. So, 250 over 2. Tapos, ima-minus mo lang tong K na to get this. Okay? So, again, no? Kalahati yan ng 250. Tapos, i-minus mo lang yung K. So, therefore, our length is 250 over 2 minus yung K. So, yung K ay 36 in this problem. So, we have 250 over 2 minus 36. So, that's 89. Ayan. So, 89 mm yung length. So, therefore, yung moment natin, dito ko na nalagay yung moment. So, yung moment natin is FP times 1 mm times L. Okay, bali magiging force na yan. So, force na to. Kumbaga, minultiply natin tong stress sa area na to sa ilalim na para maging concentrated force siya. Tapos, yung concentrated force yan it will act sa gitna nitong L, no? Doon siya mag-act. So, yung moment arm mo is L over 2. Okay? So, kapag kinompute natin yan, lagyan ko lang ng value. Ito ay 7.2. Tapos ito naman ay 89. Ito rin ay 89. Okay, so our moment M will be calculated as 7.2 times 1 times 89 squared over 2. Okay, and that is 28,515.6. Okay? So sa previous na discussion natin, tinawag ko to na itong L na to na N. Ito rin yung N natin dun sa previous example, N, 'di ba? Pero same lang 'yan. You don't need to be very strict with your variables. Okay? Basta importante naiintindihan mo ano 'yun, para saan 'yun, no? Sa paano siya kino-compute. Okay? So by the way, the units here is Newton mm. No, kasi Newton, megapascal kasi ito eh. Sinultiply mo ng tatlong millimeter. 1 millimeter, ito, 3 millimeter. So, magiging Newton, millimeter siya. Okay, so MC. So, what about yung C? Yung C natin, it pertains to the extreme fiber of the beam cross-section. So, yung plate natin, naging beam na, no? So, bali, yung neutral axis niya nandito sa gitna. So, yung C is yung distance na to. Which is kalahati lang nung thickness. Di ba? Yung C natin is kalahati lang ng thickness. So, lagay ko na, this would be 28,515.6 times half ng thickness over I. So, yung I naman natin is BH cube over 12 kasi rectangular naman to. So, yung B natin is 1, tapos yung H natin is yung T. So, 1 times T cube over 12. So, yan yung ano natin. So, dapat ito, hindi lalagpas sa allowable. Ang allowable na binigay ay 0.75 of FY. Okay? So, and then from there, you just solve for t. Di ba? So, magka-cancel ito. Squared na lang to. Substitute mo dito yung FY na 248. So, from there, you will be able to solve for t. So, pakita ko lang muna kapag ganito yung diskarte. So, 28,515.6 times, wala na yan. No? So, over 2 na lang, may iwan. Over t squared na lang, over 12. Okay, so pwede mo na lang i-equate ito sa 0.75 FY, tapos shift solve. Okay, so lalabas 30.33 mm. Okay, so if you would follow this inequality, ang totoo dito, hindi siya equal, kundi dapat greater than or equal. So ibig sabihin, minimum thickness itong 30.33. So you can use anything higher than that in the choices. So in the choices, the next higher would be, so hindi pwedeng isagot to ha, kasi 30 point something 30.3. So dapat next higher, so that is 32. So we can use 32. Okay? So based on my derived formula last time, pwede rin na yung FB natin ay dapat hindi lalagpas sa, or hindi pala. So meron tayong derived na thickness, di ba? Formula ng thickness. So the thickness should be at least 2n square root of FP over Fy. So this is based on the assumption, no, that the allowable bending stress is 0.75 of Fy. Allowable. Kapag hindi yan yung allowable, siya hindi ganyan yung formula. No? So yung N natin dito, ito yung L natin sa discussion. Okay? Tapos yung FP natin is yung R over area ng base plate. Okay? Kapag ginamit natin yan directly, no, 2N, di ba ang N natin, ito, 89 square root of FP. So ito na yun. Ito na yun. Ito rin yun. So bali ito na yun, 7.2. 7.2 over Fy, 240. So that would give us 2 times 89 square root of 7.2 over 240. As you can see, we will get the same answer. Okay? So that's why, kung kabisado mo to, di okay, pwede mo nang gamitin. But be careful, nung dinerive ko to, pinakita ko na ito yung underlying assumption niya. Okay? Na dapat yung allowable bending stress 0.75 of Fy. Pag nagbago to, iba na rin to, hindi na to pwede. Okay? So magbabago yung constant dito niyan. Hindi na yan 2. Okay? So, next, assuming that the length of the bearing is 200 mm, determine the web yielding stress. So, for the web yielding stress, as discussed, pag sinabi mong web yielding, para mangyayari, parang mag-yield yung web. Ganyan. So, ganyan siya. Kapag dahil yan dun sa in-apply mo na R. So, nangyayari yan sa distance K, no? Sa distance K from yun yung critical section for web yielding. Okay? So, once again, from the design code, so nangyayari ang web yielding dahil sa concentration ng load. No? And kadalasan nangyayari yon sa support. Kung saan sa support kasi meron tayong concentrated force. Okay? So, yung concentrated force na to, yung reaction dito, okay, will cause web yielding in this particular section. Eh, na-discuss ko na ito ay merong slope na 5 horizontal, 2 vertical. Kaya itong effective length na to, di ba may length ito. Kunwari ang length nito ay n. So ito ay n plus 2.5 of k, yung length niyan. Okay? Kaya ang magiging effective area natin is itong length na to times itong length na to. Itong length na to, which is ito rin yung thickness ng web. Okay? Kaya yung magiging web yielding stress, okay, would be yung reaction divided by yung area nito. Yung area nito. Okay? So that is N plus 2.5K times thickness of the web. Pero ito is kapag ka near the end yung location ng force. Okay? Malapit sa dulo. Kagaya nito, nasa dulo na siya. And as discussed, kapag nasa gitna, magbabago lang. Instead na ito ay 2.5, magiging 5K lang ito. Kasi dalawa na yung ano niya, dalawa na yung slope niya. Meron sa left, meron sa right. Dalawa na yung ganito. Ito kasi wala dito sa dulo na natin. Okay, kaya 2.5K lang yun. So yung 2.5K nang galing lang doon sa slope na 5 horizontal, 2 vertical. Di ba pagka inano mo yan, that's 2.5. Okay? So anyway, um, web yielding stress yung tinatanong, no? So we will have, yung R natin is 450. Gawin lang nating Newton. Tapos yung N natin, bali N natin guys, for this problem, ito binigay niya na naman, 200. So 200 plus 2.5 of K, di ba 36 yun? Tapos yung thickness ng web, 11. Okay, so that will give us our web yielding stress. Okay, so that gives us 141.07 megapascals. So that will be our answer for number 3. Okay? Now, take note na sa problem na to, may binigay na allowable web yielding stress, 0.66 of Fy daw. So, gusto ko lang ipakita kung ito bang current situation na to ay safe. Now, tingnan natin kung safe siya. So, kapag kinompute natin allowable web yielding stress, so 0.66 of Fy. So, gawin ko lang tong capital ha, kasi pagka sa steel kapag allowable, capital letter. So, 0.66 of Fy. So, 0.66 ng 248. So, that is 163.68 megapascal. So, dahil yung naging web yielding stress ay mas mababa dun sa allowable, no? So, mas mababa siya dun sa allowable. So, therefore, safe siya. Okay, ganun yun, no? So, ibig sabihin, safe siya dun sa web yielding. So, ibig sabihin, hindi mangyayari yung web yielding. So, actually, ang pwedeng maging, pwedeng maging parang variation ng tanong dito is po pwede na itanong sa atin sa number 3 or sa ibang item, no? Na what is the maximum end reaction, no? Pwedeng ganun eh. So, kunyari lang, dagdagan lang natin yung tanong. No? So, find the maximum end reaction. So yung R, based on allowable web yielding stress. Tapos ganun ulit, N is 200 mm. So pwedeng pabaliktad yung tanong, no? So bali, ang mangyayari, para masagot ito, so dapat yung actual na web yielding stress hindi lalagpas dun sa allowable. Okay? So yung ito, R over pagdating sa denominator, ganun pa rin, 200 plus 2.5 times 36 times 11. So ito times 1,000 para masolve natin siya in in Newton, no? I mean in kilonewton rather. Tapos hindi siya lalagpas ng 0.66 Fy. So from there you can see na we can solve for R. So yung R natin dapat hindi lalagpas sa 522.13. Hindi natin 522.13 kilonewton. So, hindi siya pwedeng lumagpas dyan. Okay? So, yan yung magiging sagot sa tanong natin dito. So, actually, sa current NECP, again, like I said, no, sa lumang NECP kasi stresses yung sinosolve. Sa current NSCP ng LRFD, ang sinosolve is yung design strength. Actually, ang sinosolve ito. Kaya hindi na kayo makita ng ganito, no? So, ang ginagawa na kagad is parang naka-cross multiply na to doon. So, di ba ano to? Allowable. Di ba allowable web building stress yan? Tapos ito, pino-cross multiply lang doon. Kaya nangyayari sa current NSCP, yung presentation ng formula ganito. Reaction na siya. Tapos yung allowable stress times n plus 2.5K thickness ng wave. So nakaganyan yung ano niya. Nakaganyan yung presentation niya. Okay? So ito, tapos nakalagay pa nominal, no? Nominal. Okay? So kasi sa NSCP 2015, we are using LRF. Okay? But anyway, as you can see, may connection din naman, pa rin naman siya dun sa previous. Iniba lang yung manner ng presentation, tapos nag-introduce lang, syempre, ng mga reduction factors, mga load factors. Okay? But in the end, the idea is the same. Okay? Now, that's how we solve this problem.